Hey guys, so I just wanted to share a story here, but I used to live in Wisconsin. I live in New England now, but for almost 20 years I sat down in Florida, and now that I live in New England, I've seen my fair share of snow, which I kind of missed out, in the last 20 years. I've been up here for like 10 years, so I left Wisconsin when I was probably like 13. But as I lived up here, I thought to myself every time it snowed, it's like, man, snowflakes are not snowflakes as I remember them when I was a kid. They're either little balls, they're little, messes of whatever. They just look like, awful. There's not that delicate, intricate, crystallization of a snowflake as I remembered it back in the day. And when you'd watch movies and cartoons, they'd always show the snowflakes, and it's like, yeah, that's what it looks like. And I have seen studies where emotions of speaking like to water, people have done scientific studies and found that there's something that happens when you like water can almost feel your emotion, or your emotion goes into the water. They were taking the water and freezing it, and they could make it do on repeated tests. Bad emotions came out like a bad ugly kind of a snowflake, and then good emotions made like a beautiful uniform crystallization, and they were doing it repeatedly. It was kind of a neat study. Like I said, I haven't seen a snowflake like that in 30 some odd years. And the other day, I had to put down my 20-year-old Tabby. He was 21. He was the best pet I had ever owned. And I had a lot of other good cats, that I only had for short runs. But, because of complications of moving and things like that, I always had to get rid of my pets. It was awful. So this one I kept, and he had 3 legs and 1 ear, and just because 1 ear was just all dilapidated, because he got into fights. He had bullet holes in him. He probably still had BBs in him when, if I went through his remains, got an x-ray of him, he probably had BBs still in him. But raccoon bites, black widows, I had to pretty much put his shoulder back together one time. He had holes in him I could put my fingers in. And every time I put him back together myself. I never took him to the vet, and he lived a very long, healthy life. And while I was driving him to the hospital to have him put down, because he couldn't even walk anymore because of the 3 legs, he couldn't go to the bathroom anymore, he couldn't really eat anymore. So I was like, well, it all happened in like 2 days, all of a sudden he just went from, an old man to, withered. But as I was getting in my car with him, I was getting ready to shut the door, and a snowflake fell on my leg, and I looked down, and it was a 5 or 6 pointed perfect snowflake, and I was amazed, and I couldn't get my cell phone out of my pocket fast enough to take a picture of it before it melted into my pants. And as I was at the vet, and I was kind of having my last time with them, because you couldn't go in the vet, you had to do a lot of waiting outside in your car, I just kept looking at my windshield, and I just kept watching snowflake after snowflake fall on my car. And I opened my door, and I let the snowflakes come in and fall on me, and I just took pictures of them. And it was just, I lost it because I felt that what I was doing, even though I was in such sorrow, I was listening to music just to keep me easy, or as he was next to me, just the softest music I could find, and it was just, one after another, just perfect snowflakes were falling. And I thought, man, this has got to happen on this day. And I thought, could this just be the Lord kind of smiling down, saying, you know what, it's okay. You've done everything you can. You've helped this cat along. Repeatedly, people are talking about, maybe he's just put him down. He's old. How old is he? It's probably at his time. And, you know, he lived for years and years and years past all those people saying, you know, he outlived many animals. You've seen him come and go. But I just wanted to share that because, I mean, like I said, it was just probably one of the more beautiful things I've ever really experienced. And what, you know, it was a sad time for, you know, losing like a family member. You know, for half my life I've had this cat. Half my life. Well, I'm 42 now, I think. Sad to say, 42. But I mean, like I said, 30 years of not seeing a perfect snowflake or anything other than just mush falling out of the sky, and then all of a sudden, you know, the day that this cat is going to rest, finally, just, you know, nothing but happy snowflakes. It was crazy. But just wanted to share that. I'm sure everybody has a lot of those moments, you know, that, you know, when you need it, when you know, when you're struggling, when you know, you need help, like physically, you know, you need somebody to help you do something, you know, and you can't do it on your own, and all of a sudden it all seems to work out. And it's just amazing, you know, how things turn out, and you kind of just look around and it's like, how did that just happen? Other than, you know, by the hand of the Lord just kind of making, you know, guiding me here, or, you know, helping me do this, or, you know, making, you know, letting this thing I'm seeing happen. So just kind of one of those things I thought I had to share. So just a word to the wise, guys. God bless. Have a good day.